Hello, hello, Happy New Year, continuous liners. This is Meagan Burns coming to you live from the streets of Condessa. And I just want to say welcome to everyone who is participating in the Coffee Sketch 2026. Today it is January 2nd, so it's the second day of it. And so there's two kind of big questions that I get, even from folks that have been in the continuous line storytelling for a while. The first one I get is what if I lift my pen and what happens if I lift my pen and nothing happens? You can lift your pen. I encourage continuous line when we do our drawing warm-ups, but when you're drawing things, a scene, your coffee cup, don't feel like, oh, I have to do this continuous line too. No, just first get comfortable with drawing. The second question I get is, how do I show volume, right? And this is part of the challenge of a coffee cup drawing challenge. How do you get the volume, right? Because look at that. There's not only this, if I had liquid in it, and then the light, right? It's lighter here, it's darker here. How do I show volume, right? And so I have an exercise that helps you create volume. Here it is, right here. It is the continuous line coffee cups. This was how this whole challenge was born because, it's not only a coffee cup, but it's a handle and a saucer. And by doing it in continuous line over and over and over, I feel like with practice, anything is possible, right? And so I started doing continuous line coffee cups. I do them in my sleep now, right? And so then I'm not saying that I'm an expert at this and that it happens all the time, but I feel like I get a sense of volume in my coffee cups, right? And a lot of it has to do is this line matches this line, right? Because that's basic, kind of how a cup is built, right? That the bottom scoop matches the lip scoop, and then that's opposite. How do you say that? So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to do a continuous line coffee cup pattern. And you're going to do it too, because I know many of you are trying to figure out how to draw your coffee cup, right? And at first it's a little jerky. My coffee cups are jerky in the beginning too. That's why I practice like a maniac. So let me switch this and hopefully, look, it's sunset here in Condessa. Isn't that pretty? Hey, there was an earthquake here today and all these trees were shaking. There's the streets. I had to go out there in the streets and wait while we got the A-OK that it was, we could go back into our houses. Yeah, it was a little creepy, but all is well. All right, let's see if I can do this. There we go. Oh, let me get the plant out of the way. So for this, I recommend a ballpoint pen and copy paper. I'm using a Sharpie for this so that you can see it. All right. So I literally call this ice skating on the page. See how there's all these connector lines, right? This is ice skating on the page. And it's something that if you do this, your drawing improves. All right, I'm going to go a little small. Or I don't know. I'm just going to start, right? I literally can do these in my sleep now. And, I put the handles on different sides. I always add a saucer because it's just more interesting. And so I just keep moving. At this point, I barely even think about it. But over time and with practice, I'm going to stop that. This line matches this line, which kind of matches this line, right? It's a whole different thing. But this sort of practice of all the loop-de-loops, oops, what am I doing here? This one's really wide open. By practicing all these circles, half circles, it conditions your eye, your hand, your eye-hand coordination, and it teaches you perspective. Look at that one. Isn't that funny? I was yakking and thinking and drawing all at once. So I honestly, the coffee cup challenge was born out of this practice, because when I started doing this 5 years ago, I was like, oh, we got to draw our coffee cups, because look at what a great practice this is. It teaches you perspective, and you can create volume. Just by practicing loop-de-loops. And, I would say almost everyone I know drinks out of a coffee cup at one time or another. I mean, I chose this object because it's something that most of us have in our lives, right? So there we go. Look at that. I just filled the page with coffee cups. And, kind of a fun thing to do is just, oh, look at how much coffee is going to be in this one. And I just put a little coffee in each cup, black coffee. And it's a super fun pattern. You can make wallpaper out of this. You could note cards, right? Because look at what an adorable gift card this could be. And I don't want you to try to match my style. I want you to draw your own coffee cup. Now, I recommend a saucer just because it's more interesting. But and match my style if you want, if you're just getting started. But really, I mean, look at how adorable that is. This one's coming right at you. So this is how you build volume. So I recommend, if you're drawing your coffee cup and you're like, how do I get this thing to feel like it's got some depth to it, right? This is the first one I did in Tout Chocolat. See that? Look at the depth of that. It's not perfect. It's wobbly. It's all, look at the buttocks in there, the butt cheeks. But you got to practice, right? With practice, all things are possible. So I highly recommend, if you're trying to figure out how to get volume, do that right there. Okay? I'll check in with you next time. Happy New Year, everyone. See you next time. Stay safe out there. Keep drawing your stories. Keep drawing your coffee cups. Peace out, man.